All right, we're here for FIFA 20 and we got a special guest here. Could you please introduce yourself to our audience?
Sure, I'm Sam Rivera and I'm the lead gameplay producer.
Awesome. So FIFA 19 was a huge success and still is. I just looked at the charts and still on top there. And now FIFA 20 is already, not only in the making, but it's coming out in September. Why should people make a change from jumping from FIFA 19 to FIFA 20?
Many reasons. Well, the first one is brand new mode, Volta, but you probably have Matt Pryor later to talk about the details. Yeah. What I can tell you about gameplay, and there's a lot of changes. So the first thing I want to say is that we've been talking to the community. We've been listening to their feedback, and based on that feedback, we've improved gameplay in different areas. And with different areas, I mean on the ball, off the ball, and the ball itself. Basically the three main components of football. So because there's many changes, I would say that the game is just more authentic, more fun, and you will notice right away since you start playing all the differences. So we're gonna continue to listen to feedback in the next few months. We're gonna continue to later, obviously, if needed, we're gonna keep patching the experience to make sure it's a.
Chat, how many patches they made this year? 18 patches, right? 18 patches we've had? How many patches, guys? I think it's been 18 patches, dude. You guys know how many patches we've had, man? 21 patches.
Balance, you have a balanced game that is more realistic than ever. So that's just one of the reasons, obviously. I can tell you more about the features, about all the different details, but I'll follow your questions first.
The thing is, when we've already been playing the game now for a couple of matches, and first, after you did your presentation, I felt like, okay, this is going to be more like a skill-based game with more tricks and more options, especially when it comes to the offense. But when playing the game, I was actually like, okay, this feels a bit calmer, a bit slower, and even a bit more realistic than the game before that. So it feels like I had more time to think about what I can do. Am I right there?
What he means to say is this game is boring!
I'm happy to hear that, and yes, that's exactly the point. FIFA 20 is a more composed experience. The players off the ball, they think better where to go, they move in a more composed way as well. And when you have the ball though, you have new tools in there like the strafe dribbling, like control tackling, that allow you to still be explosive, responsive. So those changes are important. And then what you mentioned about time and space, that's exactly what we wanted. We want to create more one-on-ones that are user-controlled, obviously. So in order to do that, we need to modify the positioning system to make sure you as a dribbler have more time and space, less support from all the teammates to surround the dribbler, for example, on the defensive side, I mean the support. And then when we're creating those one-on-ones is where the skill matters. How do I beat a defender in a one-on-one? With a skill move, with strafe dribbling, with changing directions, with a fake shot, with whatever I know, whatever my trick is, and I can use it, and that's gonna create the skill gap. So yes, everything you said, that's exactly what we wanted for FIFA 20.
Okay, so what does it mean for the defense then? Because I felt that like the offense was getting stronger compared to the FIFA 19, and how can I, as a defender, work against those changes?
Yeah, so obviously because we are doing some improvements to attacking, we also need to bring some new technologies to defending. So let me tell you about control tackling because it's important. The sophistication or the technology from the active touch system from last year that we implemented for passing and shooting, this year we're bringing it to tackling as well. And what this means is that the player is going to select a better animation to contact the ball and get possession back when tackling. So how he approaches the ball as well, that path to approach the ball is smarter. And then when you are contacting the ball, tackling the ball, we have a system that allows us to check where is the safest zone to tackle to. So if I tackle in this direction, then maybe my teammate can recover possession. But if I tackle in that direction, another opponent is there, so he's just gonna get the ball and go and shoot or whatever. So all these changes together allow you to, when you tackle, keep possession more often than before. What I need to say though is not every single time you're gonna keep possession like in real life. Sometimes the ball may bounce, but the amount of times that you keep possession is gonna be greater than last year. And one more thing though, you should use jockey in FIFA 20 with a lot of improvements to jockey. So it's gonna be more responsive with LT or fast jockey with both triggers at the same time. And there's also some assistance so you don't overshoot too much when you're defending. So basically, this jockey is going to allow you to stay in front of the dribbler, and that's how we're tuning the mechanics. Strafe dribbling on the attacking side and jockey on the defending side to be able to be agile in those one-on-ones.
Football is constantly changing, and when you look at the rule book, there's also always something happening, even from one year to the next one. Nowadays we got the referees that have like a little microphone in their ear. They got the assistants. They got the, what you call it in English? I don't know.
The VAR.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't have that.
Will you? And also the offside rule kind of changed how far they are allowed to go and stuff like that. Have you made any changes on the any modernization on the rule book itself? So
that's a good question, and in fact, yeah, we know that every year we get a list of things that change every year, and like now you can just pass inside from the keeper can pass inside of the box, for example. You don't need to be outside, and there's a lot of things. Now what we do is we prioritize all those changes, a big list of things that we need to do every year in FIFA, and some of them make it, some of them don't necessarily, because maybe they don't add too much to the game. But when big things happen, we do them. For example, a couple of years back we had the one-player kickoff, giving the need to players, and we implemented that. So slowly we go on putting those changes in, but it depends on the priorities. If it's something that is game-changing that we must do, you will probably see it. If it's just an addition, something, we have a lot of other things that we need to get to every year that may have a bigger impact in the game. Let's say just passing or shooting, improvements in those areas. So sometimes it may not make it to the list of things that happen, but we are definitely, whenever we have the chance, we bring some of those changes as well.
And final question, hopefully. If there's one like little feature that you would want to pick out, not the big ones, but really the small ones, you say, me personally, I really like this one, because I know that there are games out there that have intentional fouls, for example, right now, or something like this. Is there something like where you say, I know we maybe didn't mention it in the presentation today, but I really like that one?
Yeah, so there's a few, but I like this one. I mentioned in the presentation, but it's the first time we're actually talking about it, and it's the setup touch. I think this little feature is just allowing you to place the ball perfectly, so you approach it.
Turn this fucking guy off, man.